Hi, good evening. Good evening, everyone. My name's Christine Crowell. And do you ever feel, well, with all what's going on at the moment and the uncertainty that we're all looking at on a daily basis with regards to the tariffs, we really don't know where we are with the stock markets. Things are going up and down, up and down. But one thing I can say is that I'm seeing as a positive is what's happening is with gold and silver, that it's still holding in there. It still is, standing the test of time. And as I'm currently doing this video, for example, I'm just going to just talk about the silver at the moment is at 30, for example, at the time of doing this video, as well as gold is still really holding its own, and it's really pushing and moving forward to keeping steady. And what I want to do is I want to share with you my stacker guide here, which you can see on the screen as how you can build your own stacking calculator, for example. But this is a free gift that you'll be able to download, for example, and use it for your own stacking, whether it's silver and gold, for example. So I wanted to do this special video today to talk really about this. Like for me, I've got this silver coin here. It is Queen Elizabeth, for example, Australian dollar coin, for example. And it also is a collectible item as well. You can see there it's got a special logo there, which you can see, for example. If I turn it around on the other side, you'll also see from there as well. So I'm just sharing that with you. And it comes in a special case, for example. But I also got with it, I got this certificate, for example, which showed that it is authentic, for example. And it is a mint bullion coin, for example. Okay, so you can see there, for example. But that, that's just my just one of me to start in my stacking box, which I'm waiting for it to be delivered, for example, and that will probably go in the center. And then I'm going to be buying silver coins as well as gold coins as well. But this coin that I got it for $35, $30, for example, and it's silver. It's a silver coin, and it's 999, so 0.999 fine silver, and it is a silver coin. But it also is a collectible coin. There's only 15,000 worldwide, for example, so it is a collector's coin. So that's why I purchased it for more than the spot price of silver. But looking upon what the evaluation is, it is round about, even though I bought it for 30, it's round about $30. It's round about between $40 and $60, for example. Not that I tend to cash anything in. Now, for example, I'm looking at retirement, for example. So this is my 10-year plan that I'm doing, and I'm really excited about it because I've never done something like this before. I've always been working really hard, been really busy, and not really thought about these crucial things like stocks, like wealth portfolios, like investments, like precious metals, for example. So this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I'm going to put this coin that I purchased on my stacker, for example, on my silver stacker calculator, which you can see here in front of you, and I'm going to show it so that you can also do the same as well. So just bear with me whilst I put my mic down, and I'm just going to, you'll see, download the calculator, the 10-year stacker planner, for example. Download that, and then you want to save, for example, so that you make your own copy, for example. And then what you do is you would then, for example, I'll just share this with you, for example. So you see where it says sheet 1 here, for example, which is what I'm showing you here. You'll see that it's already been pre-filled in. You make those changes according to what you want to do. Year 1, for example, year 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's got the year here. It's also got the annual investment. Now, break that into a 12-month investment. And then it's got gold allocation. Well, how much of this investment are you going to allocate to gold, for example? Then there's this section here that says how much are you going to allocate to silver, for example. Okay, so then you would put the amount that you're planning to spend for the year, for example, for silver. Then it's also got the gold ounces that you've brought. So how many gold ounces have you brought in that year, for example? You would divide that by 12, for example, when I show you the next sheet, for example. And then it's got silver ounces here bought, for example, the 152.4 ounces, for example. Then it's got the gold ounces, you know, over each month. Then it will add up to the end of the year, for example, 10 years, how much gold you have purchased, for example. And it's got the same here for silver, for example. So I'll just go here onto the second sheet, because I'm showing you the sheet 1 that you will see once you've got your calculator there ready, for example. And the sheet 1 is what you need to edit according to what you want to do and how much you want to purchase, gold, silver. And you can add different things here because some people have other precious metals as well, for example. And then you can see here I've got sheet 2, which I've created that myself. So I would suggest that you do that, for example. So in sheet 2, I've got year 1, for example, and the annual investment that I'm looking to do is $1,380, for example. I'm going to allocate, for example, 960. I'm just using this as an example for you to perhaps look at doing this for yourself according to what your affordability is, for example. So the gold allocation for the year is, for example, $960, for example, in year 1. Then the silver allocation for the year is $420, for example, for the year, for example. Then in cell E, it's got gold ounces bought, for example. So basically, I copied and pasted what was in sheet 1 at the top section. I just copied this here, just went along and copied it, and then I pasted it into sheet 2. So I pressed the plus button, which created another sheet, and this is what we have here, for example. So the gold ounces bought, I haven't bought any yet, so I've left that blank at the moment. And now, because I've brought the silver coin here, for example, I'm showing you this as an example, the silver coin, which is this one, which is very beautiful, and it's 1 ounce, for example. So I put it here under silver ounce bought, 1 ounce. And then I've also got the cumulative silver ounce currently, because it's only 1, for example, so it's 1 ounce. And then I've also put here the month, which is April 2025, for example. Then I've got here the spot price. This is what I paid for it, but you can put the spot price, which it depends what time and the day of the year that you purchased it. So I'm going to say, because currently the spot price was 30, so I'm going to change this so you can see. So 30, for example. And then the value, I've got here that it's valued at 40. It's really, I was told it's valued between 40 and 60. And then when I went to do my research, I could see that the 40 was the lowest offer of what the value is now, for example, and then there's the medium offer, and then the high offer would be $60, for example. Now, I wanted to share this with you because I do feel it's really important that we think about the gold and silver, and I wanted you to be able to have a structure of how you can build your own silver and gold stacking coins, for example, and put them onto your calculator here, for example. This calculator, it's a guideline, it's a step-by-step guideline, and what I'd like you to do, obviously you've got the way you do things, so maybe you may want to make some changes to it, for example. But this is like a 12, the sheet 2 that I just showed you is like a 12-month plan, for example. And as you've completed the 12-month plan, so for example, if I was to go here and do year, here in sheet 2, year 1, for example, then I would put the next month is May 2025, for example. And what did I purchase May 2025? Well, we haven't got that. We haven't got there yet, for example. So I want to complete a 12-month plan. So I plan to buy 1 coin a month, for example, to build up this wealth strategy, for example. And this is how I use the gold silver 10-year stacker planner, for example. But I've also put on here 12-month. So there's the 10-year, but there's also the 12-month one, because I wanted to show you. Now there is a download for the 10-year, but there's also a download for the 12-month calculator planner for your coins, for stacking your gold and silver coins. Because at the end of the day, we have got the tariffs happening, and we know there's a lot of uncertainty right now, for example, but what I am also seeing is that the gold and silver seems to be holding its own, for example. And I'll just see if I can share this with you, for example. So this is like the silver price, for example. You can see here it's 29.84. So it's gone down slightly from what it was earlier on. It was 30, for example. So that has gone down slightly, for example. I'm just going to show you the gold as well. So you can see that the silver is trying to get back up again. It was at 30 earlier on today, but it's gone down. But look at it, it's at 29.81. So it really is trying to push through the barriers, for example. I'm going to show you the gold price here. So the gold price is doing well, for example. So we're on the US dollars, for example, and it is 2,986.13 dollars, for example. Today's high, it went to 3,000, for example, and $23.43, and the low was at 2,971.62, and that's the US dollars, for example. Okay, British pounds, it's this, that's the price. Euro is at this price, for example, and that is for gold. And if we look at silver, that's per ounce. We look at silver. Silver is 30, which is good. 30.13, for example, USD, for example. And this is with, let me go into, see if I'm on Kitco here, because I also like to get it from Kitco as well. But this is like bullion by post, for example. I'm just going to show you here. I'm going to show you Kit. So Kitco is silver is at 29.98. It's kind of going green, then it's going red, for example. And then if we look at, see if I can go into the, yes, USD dollars, that's fine. And it's down as silver, which is good. Let's go into the gold. These adverts come up all the time. So this is the gold at the moment, and as you can see, look, the gold is at 2,991.40. It's hedging between green and it's red, as you can see here. So gold and silver is really trying to fight. It's fighting the good fight here. And that's why I truly am entrusted in this gold and silver at the moment, because I know that it stands the test of time. The tariffs is tariffs, which is totally a different kettle of fish for me, for example. So I'm just dealing with what I know is solid and reliable, for example. And you know, there's a lot of uncertainty at the moment, but we can look at this time to buy now, for example, at a cheaper price. That's another thing. And also what I'd like to also say to you all is that Warren Buffett, amazing investor. He is a billionaire. And guess what? He's the only billionaire that didn't lose money because he knew how to invest. And he actually made money during this difficult time. Whereas the other billionaires had lost a lot of money, for example. Whereas with Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway, they're doing extremely well. They know how to invest. So I wanted to mention that because I think that's such a strong thing to do. At 90, is he 94? I'm just trying to think how old he is off the top of my head. You know, this man has, you know, been a guru for investments for a long time, and he's done extremely well, and yet he's still making money. He hasn't lost money. Gold and silver is where you have to stand the test of time as well. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It is something that you've got to keep buying, and then when you get enough silver, you can actually trade some of that silver for gold as well, because gold is a lot stronger. But silver is now not being treated just as an industrial metal. It's being treated as a commodity, just like with gold. So it is the poor relative of gold, but I believe, as you can see here, that these prices are going up. Even though we're facing uncertainty, gold and silver is still standing the test of time. And as you can see here, it's going up. It's at 2,988.80, dropped again, but it'll go back up again. So it is something that we just need to keep our eyes on, and we need to get to a dealer if you can. I do have a link here as well. I am an affiliate. By no means am I an investment advisor, because I'm not. I'm just a human being trying to survive this difficult time, but also looking at building wealth, because this is part of my longevity, part of my aims and objectives. My mission beyond my vision is to create wealth, for example, and this is part of this journey, my 10-year plan, moving from, you know, going on from now, for example. Yes, I still do my coaching, I still do my boot camps, I still help my clients, for example, but I also do this as part of the business to also help my clients as well to think about building wealth and growing a legacy, building a legacy. The gold has gone up again. It's 2,992.20. So, you know, it just keeps changing. However, it's still good to invest in the gold and silver, because even though I'm not a financial advisor, I can see that it is working really well. So I hope that that's been helpful to you all, and I hope you'll be able to use the planner and to get stuck into it and start marking, you know, making a note of when you've bought a piece of silver, for example, or gold. What did you buy it for? What is it valued at currently, for example? And you do that month by month, so you'll have a beautiful spreadsheet, for example, that you'll be able to assess and see how you're doing at the end of the year, and think, wow, I brought 12 coins and I've made this from it. This is a great investment. All right, so thank you so much. If you've liked what I've said, please do like and subscribe to the channel. Share, click the notification buttons for when I go live because I will be doing a live. I plan to do a live tomorrow. For example, I'm going to do it on Wednesday, but I want you to really, get stuck in with this calculator and to comment as well. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your likes, and let's grow our silver gold wealth business together. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and I will speak with you soon. Take care. Thank you. Bye.